Link,
Uh-huh.
and it feels so hard.
What specifically is he doing that's giving you trouble? Because, I mean, I feel like I've heard you talk about how much you don't like that matchup for a long time now.
I really hate that matchup. The thing is, like, for example, bomb's really annoying to deal with for me.
Okay.
Because the problem is, like, let's say he throws it at me, I'm not quite sure what I should do besides like hold shield and wait for him to like blow it up.
Well, you could dodge it. You could, like, if he throws it and you just jump over it or roll or whatever, do something to avoid it, then it's just going to go past you probably. You could
Yeah,
also
I
try
watched
and,
the Buzz versus Lonesome, and what the Buzz like to do was roll away. Once it hit a shield, I should probably do that a
yeah, it's
bit
like
more.
not worry about it. And then you could try throwing Pikmin to block it or disrupt them when they do stuff with that.
But then that's the other issue I have. If the Pikmin block it, what Link can do is then like the bomb as it's bouncing is blocking the Pikmin.
Yeah.
So and then he can kind of just like keep boomeranging and arrowing it towards me.
I suppose, but I mean, at that same time, you're also free to do whatever you want to. It's not like
Yeah.
his stuff is more committal. Like when he throws boomerang or bow or whatever, it's a lot more committal. And sometimes you might just have to opt for like chip damage um over like an actual like big punish. Like so he throws boomerang, you throw Pikmin, and you both throw them, and maybe you dodge his, but you latch yours on or something like that, and then you're able to uh
Mhm.
like get away because like your side B has way less lag than his boomerang. It has way less lag than his arrow, so you should be able to get back and be fine with that.
Yeah.
Um, in the
The
games,
other issue I have is like boomerang by itself is just annoying.
it is annoying. I mean, it is. I mean, it returns, it clips you, it does a lot. It's something you have to keep in mind pretty much the entire time it's active, and it's the same with like a Young Link too, or even like a Toon Link. Like that's not an option that you can just kind of ignore as long as it's active. So that it puts the burden of execution on you to make sure you're playing around it just fine. But
The issue is sometimes when I toss the boomerang, even though it hits the Pikmin, it still hits me, and I get really confused.
yeah, it's weird. I don't know off the top of my head exactly how it interacts, but I think like if if I'm trying to think of how to put it. If like it throws if it's first coming out and hits something, I think it'll go back. But if it's coming back, it'll definitely just keep coming back. And I think if it's already
Yeah, no, I mean
active
like when he
long
like
enough.
throws and it's going forward, not as it's going back. Sometimes when it's going forward, it hits the Pikmin, and then it even like as it's beginning to go back, it still hits me when I'm behind the Pikmin, and I get very confused.
Yeah, that I mean, it has multiple hitboxes, so it can hit multiple
Yeah.
things. Like because it has its own returning hitbox too, and it's like a transitional thing. So think of like a Mario
hmm
neutral air, right? It starts out sweet spot, but then it transitions to sour. Like I'm looking at the frame data right now. Link's back air or not back air, boomerang goes active on frames 27 to 35. That's the main first hit, and then there's the late hit 36 to 63, and then on frame 64 till 155, it's got a returning hitbox. So it's transitioning those different hitboxes. So it's generating
hmm
new ones. So that's why it can hit multiple things. Or in some cases, I mean, it can still hit a Pikmin and hit you with the same hitbox. It's not unheard of. The games we're watching today, you want me to look at, are those
They're not linked.
they're
I
not
don't have
Link?
many link mods up.
Okay. Next time you fight a Link, please save that replay, whether it be in an
I
online
will.
tournament or something like that.
The other issue I have, and this is just an issue I have versus players like him in general, is I just have trouble versus people who mash, and he mashes,
Mashing
and specifically like he mashes Nair, and I don't know how to deal with that move.
mashing doesn't work if you don't stay near them. And I know that sounds a little uh obvious, right? Like you can't get hit if you're not near them.
hmm
But think about it this way: like I fight, Terry's online, I fight Rob's online, and a lot of the time you'll hear me complain, "Oh, he's just smashing, he's smashing," but that literally only works for them if you're right next to them. So sometimes you might just need to play in a much more defensive campy way and try and out projectile them. And I know that has its own set of challenges for you, but play that way. And if they're so inclined to go aggro, they will approach with you. And while Link has solid approach options, the boomerang can be pretty safe on shield. His back air can be safe on shield. Forward air and air. They all have their own solid spacing
Mainly
tools.
forward air and Nair, not really
After
the other ones.
after that, their damage or their pressure is going to kind of diminish, right? Like so, let's say he nares on your shield and he does it at the safest possible. It's -2. His next fastest option, I'm looking at it, is a frame 8 attack or a frame 6 grab. So you have time to roll out of there in every single instance. You have time to spot dodge in every single instance, right? Like he's not
Mhm.
like a Rob where it's like nair down tilt and it's really quick. He just has generally slower startup on his grounded moves. So you need to let him approach you, mash, and then his mash will eventually stop. And then like it'll have to stop because there'll be an opening, and then you go, now I can forward air, now I can do this, now I can do this, and then you punish, and you have to like beat the mash out of them. And if they don't stop, if they don't kind of adhere to what you're trying to get them to do, then you just keep punishing them over and over again. And I know you're gonna like probably break your own kind of mold with that and go, all right, I've hit him like 4 times. He'll probably stop mashing. And because I've done that same thing, I'll fight like the Terry player, and I'll be like, all right, there's no way he's gonna mash, side beat, and then I get side beat. I'm like, okay, this guy isn't fucking thinking. And you have to like take a second, and I like to go like, okay, this guy's just being dumb. I'm gonna punish him for it. Literally do it till it stops working. So in the case of mashing, you might just need to get away from him, or when you are around him, you need to be more proactive with your interceptions, right? So like he jumps to nair,
Mhm.
you jump with a forward air, or like as you're coming in, not when you're right on him. And that's the key difference. If you're right on top of him, you're probably already at a disadvantage if he's doing anything rising, right? Because he's gonna go first. But if you're going at him, like you're in that weird like mid to close range gap, and then you can come in and be like, all right, I'm gonna forward air you, or I'm gonna up air you, or maybe if you are planning on doing a falling aerial, I can run an up smash you as you rise. It's very similar to Ike in that sense, because Ikes like to fall with neutral air.
The issue is I don't see how up smash helps because if he's landing with nair like they do 90% of the time,
He has
up smash loses to it.
how does he get in the air? The time he's rising, he's not rising with neutral air.
What if they do like that's actually the issue I have rising fast fall neutral air because it lasts long enough for them to fall with it.
Neutral air lasts a considerable amount of frames, about 25 frames. So it definitely does it. But if they're rising with neutral air and fastball, it's not safe,
Hmm.
right? Like there are
Yeah.
trade-offs. So if you, it's on you to try and take note of the way they're playing it, because
Hmm.
obviously you're going to be at a disadvantage because it's online. It's a very fast move. It has its tools, and yes, if they do it a certain way, it'll beat a certain option. So if they do a rising nair, it's going to beat up smash. But if they try to do a strictly landing nair, they lose up smash because they don't have a hitbox out, right? But if they do a rising nair and you come through with a back air, right? Imagine you have a yellow back air. I don't care how big Link's neutral air is. It's not yellow back air big. It
Hmm.
loses. Even yellow forward air. Or maybe you jump, you have a purple in your line, and you're like, okay, what do I want to do? You think he's going to jump nair, so when you're in that mid range, you jump at him, you purple side beat, it's going to go over his head. Maybe you come up, follow up with a fair. So it's like a quick string on your part. It's purple side B as you rise into like a falling fair. Things like that. You can string it together. It's not easy. His moves are big and they're frustrating to deal with. But if you can get a better idea on how he's what his plan of action is, then you're going to be able to pick the corresponding option. It sounds like
Hmm.
you're uncertain on what he's going to do a lot of the time, and unfortunately, I don't have a reference clip to kind of point it out for you. But when you're fighting him next time, or any Link next time for that matter, you need to really figure out what they're doing right at the get go. Like in the first beginning of the game, note how they're nairing. Are they doing it rising? Are they doing it falling? What are they doing after
What
they?
he tends to do is he tends to do landing nair into like another like either into a rising nair or spot dodge. Most of the time into another nair, or he also likes to do short hop fastball forwarder, so that like he gets the second hit right as he lands, which is the
Right.
way you should be doing it.
Um,
Except using
okay,
full hop.
so let's use that neutral air into neutral air situation, right?
Hmm.
So let's break it down frame data wise. Let's assume he spaces his neutral air absolutely perfectly on sweet spot, so he gets -2. Okay, so
Hmm.
now he's -2 frames. You have 2 frames you can begin acting. If he wants to go for another neutral air, would he be doing a rising neutral air in this case or a falling one again?
Usually rising.
Okay, so he'll go into a rising. So he would try and get that nair out as soon as possible. It's going to take 3 frames of jump squat on top of the 7 frames for the neutral to come out. So that's 10 frames he's got to go. On top of the 2 frames he's negative. So you've got essentially 12 frames to work before his hitbox comes out. So if you're proper on your timing, if you act fast enough and you genuinely think he's going to do it, if he falling nairs, you rising fair, you hit him every single time. He cannot nair fast enough,
Hmm.
right? And you won't always know. You won't always be able to react perfect. And sometimes maybe it's better just hold shield, for the second nair and see what he does, right? If you think he's
Yeah.
gonna nair, you go, all right, let me shield the first one. If he does a rising one, you shield it, and then you come up and you hit him with an up air, right? You have to adjust your options accordingly because your uncertainty in what he's going to do, or maybe your assumption that he won't do certain things, is getting you punished. If you play Olimar and you act too fast, or if you don't wait your turn, so to speak, you just don't win. You're not like a Game
Yeah.
and Watch or Mario where you get to just fight your way out of things by mashing your buttons. You have to wait until they give you the opening and then you get it. And then, let's say he does
Yeah.
falling nair into rising nair. You shield both. You up air him, then you up air him again, maybe even a third time. And now you catch his landing. What's he going to do? Down air? I don't give a fuck. Down air into the ground, dude. I've got damage for that. I've got to grab for that. You have ways to deal it. Or maybe you reset back
Yeah.
to neutral and you put him back into that spot. And now you can kind of progress on that point and see, like, is he aware of how I punished him? Like, is he cognizant that I punished his double nair like that, and is he going to mix it up, or is he going to, um, or is he just going to go for it again and get punished? So when you get in that scenario again, that's something that you would have to take. That's a little bit of a risk in the moment you take. You go, I think he's gonna mix it up. So maybe after that first neutral air, you try to maybe you grab because you think he's gonna shield or something like that, or maybe
Mhm.
you do like your own rising aerial instantly or something like that, and see if he mixes it up. And sometimes you'll be wrong, but then that's kind of more information you can pull on because if he went straight for that, if he went straight back into that double nair like he got punished for the first time, it's almost you can kind of tell yourself like, okay, he's not really mixing it up. I haven't punished him enough for him to recognize that yet. So then now
Mhm.
for the third time and so on, you can kind of, you're building your understanding, you're making those adjustments as you need to go, but you have to have him feed that information into you based on what he's doing. I can only give you so
Yeah.
many hypotheticals, but you still need to be confident in your option and know when you get in these scenarios what your available options are. You won't always guess right. That's just the nature of the beast, especially online where you can't react. But that is what you have to do. And if you're too quick to jump, too quick to start, you're gonna keep getting punished and it's gonna frustrate you, but like you're just doing it wrong. That's on
Mhm.
you.
Yeah. The other issue I have with it is mostly just when I'm at ledge against him.
What specifically is he catching you with the ledges in the air?
Nair and bomb ledge traps.
Okay, yeah,
Bomb specifically.
I
Bomb
could
I don't know how to
see
deal with.
how the bomb. I mean, have you tried? So like, is it like he has it right at the ledge and then he's a little bit into the ledge?
He drops it at the ledge and then he backs off a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Have you tried drop down, jump, neutral air dodge, grab bomb, fall back to ledge?
I try to do that and then half the time the bomb just hits me.
Okay. Have you tried? Mm, let's say you have two Pikmin in this scenario, right? Not a purple necessarily. So we'll say like red, yellow. Have you tried like drop down, jump back, so you're spacing, you're running away from the ledge, throw
Mhm.
Pikmin, maybe latch onto him, maybe latch onto bomb, and then up B, and then maybe come in and be ready to forward air him if he tries to intercept you?
Yes.
And how does that usually work?
He hits me.
With what?
Either with an up air because it lasts a long time, or
If you're no, I'm not saying come straight at like on top of him. I'm saying you're at like an awkward diagonal.
and that's the other case. He does like Nair again.
Your forward air is going to beat his nair if you space it right.
Mhm.
It's I understand where you're coming from because I mean that's Olimar's worst spot is disadvantage, and you're getting a character with a kind of more elaborate ledge trapping sequence, but you have to, since I can't see exactly how the scenario is going, when you're getting punished, you need to identify why it's not working. If he's nairing
Mhm.
you a certain way, or if he's up airing you, you need to be like, okay, why was I hit by that? Did I space poorly? Did I maybe pull the trigger on my attack too early or too late? You need to be able to identify exactly why that went wrong. You can't just go, I got hit, that doesn't work. You need to
Oh,
go,
no, no. The issue I had was I tried to go at the diagonal you mentioned. The main issue is that bomb kind of covers that angle, and and either a bomb or a platform both kind of cover that angle, and it gets kind of annoying then.
okay, have you tried drop down, jump back, and then up B and go high, and then maybe try and mix up the recovery if you're on a stage with platforms, and do like that fast fall, neutral air kind of drift back and forth to mix them up?
Yes, and that does work sometimes. Yeah,
Okay.
I just try. If he guesses right on like where I'm gonna go, then I get
Yeah,
hit.
yeah.
But
If
like
your
otherwise,
opponent is gonna guess right, like you're in that spot with
yeah,
Olimar and it's bad. But you have
yeah. That's the
to
main thing I do at that point.
you have to
When I'm
oh,
at-
I just saw the VOD here. Let me pull it up. You have to what was I gonna say? You have to take those risks because it at the end of the day, you just have to outplay your opponent with the most hard to read timings or things like that. Like that's on you. You can't. There's not like a one size fits all option for that.
Yeah.
So you're going to be in a bad spot there, but the best thing you can do is trial and error it as you're playing against these people over and over again, and just really try and do it. Like when I'm fighting someone, I'm trying to think of a character that does like really good ledge trapping. Um,
Wolf.
Wolf, we'll do Wolf, right? Like when I'm fighting Wolf, um, and I'm at the ledge, I try to keep in mind like, okay, I can only stay on ledge so long because they're gonna be spamming, a down tilt, down smash, F tilt, whatever to try and get me off the ledge. But I also can't just hit a shield willy nilly or I'll get up smashed. What can I do? So maybe I mean I'm a big fan of like drop down, nair, shield pokes or cross ups, making it awkward there. Or if I have a purple, maybe I'll drop down purple side B, do something that. It's a little bit different because there's a bomb there. But sometimes you need to like try and milk that timing as long as you can to make it harder for them to get a beat on you. Because the longer you wait, oftentimes the less likely they are to react to something.
Hmm.
So like if someone's holding at the ledge right there and you wait, and then you roll, they might not always be ready for that unless they're explicitly looking for that option.
Yeah.
Um, but I would say in your case you definitely need to. I shared screen by the way, so we can watch this VOD. Um, no, it did not
Oh, I
share.
don't see your shared screen.
One sec, there it is.
Oh, there we go.
Um,
So,
yeah, you just
I,
need to keep experimenting
I
in that.
actually started incorporating jump, drift back,
Yeah,
toss and double jump back onto the stage, or jump or like drop down, double jump, and then and then do an air dodge to kind of like mix them
yeah.
up a little as well, or an air, etc., or jump down air, jump air dodge, etc.
Yeah, it's yeah, no, and those a lot of the time it is those more simplistic options or the really straightforward ones that'll do a lot for you, and it's all about
Hmm.
just mixing it up ever so slightly, and kind
Yeah,
of the execution. But we'll watch this video and see what we can find.
this one's yeah.
So why do you back throw there?
That was a misinput.
Okay, I was like, that's Bowser low percent. You get a combo out of that.
If you ever see me back throw or forward throw at low percent, it's a
Okay,
misinput.
so you get here and you dash attack. I don't know if that was to try and catch him. So you get was that dash attack an accident?
Yes.
Okay. Because that just was not like you could have probably ran and pivot grabbed him, or at least done something, ran up and done something. You get hit, okay, I get it. Yeah, yeah. All right, I think you probably could have dropped down Baird in there.
Hmm.
All right, and it's fine to play Bowser in this kind of more like I'm just gonna like always run out of your range and try and do something way. And then just chip damage him and just it can be a little tough to get kills at times.
Hmm.
Like here, one sec. So you knock him off stage here. And then
Yeah, that was bad by me. I
I
kind of
don't
just want to get back.
like this. I wasn't really a fan of that. I think, you know, uh, you probably would have been better either staying on ledge and trying to do a down tilt, a down smash, whatever, or even run off
Mhm.
trying to dares two frame. But that was really optimistic running off that fair. And then you up bead. You have your double jump here too, so I'm a little surprised you up bead.
Oh no, I,
Or
I
you didn't.
did double jump forward air when I went
Oh,
off
true, true,
the.
true, true, true. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Never mind, never mind.
so I had to
Okay.
be.
Up beat's fine. Yeah, and then you get back, and then here, like, you shield, you jump away, like, why are you giving this up?
I recognize that was really bad.
Like I get why you shield here, right? Like you're in you don't want to get up attacked, right? But like,
Mhm.
you know, let's assume you shield here because you don't want to get up attacked. Maybe you short hop, right? So you jump, he gets up, and then it's an empty hop, right?
Oh
You're empty
wait,
hopping.
I think that was a misinput too. I meant to short up and then I accidentally instant double jumped.
Nice. But yeah, you jump, empty hop, he gets up, and then you just F smash him or grab him.
Yeah, that was bad. I overcommitted.
Alright, get back to the roll. So here you're pressuring him, okay, okay. He lands, you jump and up air. I assume you're reading his own jump, but you were just a bit slow.
Yeah.
Get up tilted, good drift away. An awkward dash tech. Like the recovery out. This Bowser's not too aggressive with his up beat out of shield. Seemed pretty nice for you. I would definitely whistle that blue back. You let that go for no reason. And when you're fighting someone like Bowser, like because like purples can force shield interactions, and then blues can get them. And even that, he's at a kill.
Yeah.
He's at a percent where blues are probably gonna kill, but you just like let it fall off, which I think is really. You get the kill, but to me that's just like one of those little like management things that I always find really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Was that a roll read, maybe? Okay, so sorry we'll get to the roll read in a second, but before we get there,
Yeah.
I feel like this is an instance where the way I pressure, like you know, I like to incorporate wave dashes a lot into my movement.
Mm-hmm.
You could like do this, and then wave dash back, and you're still facing him, so you like land, and you're like, all right, let me wave dash back, and this is one of the reasons I like it because it allows me to maintain my direction towards my opponent. Still move. You could like wave dash back, purple side B, wave dash back, down tilt, wave dash back, F smash, something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you could have slid back, short up side B or grounded
Also,
side
if
B.
you're landing with the forwarder, I could just like jump wave dash back and then like
Yeah,
react
you do a wave dash back, and it maintains the same general like dynamic between you two. You're still facing him, but you're able to move back without having to commit to that dash. Obviously, wave dashing has its own commitment. You're jumping, you're air dodging, yada yada. But it provides a different type of movement. It's not always the same as wave, because you kind of just get out of there and side B. Like he stopped. Imagine you wave dash back. You could throw one purple. The second one's probably coming back. You could restart that pressure, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I think when you're using those purples, it's really about. You want to keep the pressure going. You don't want to just have throw one, do nothing like you just did there, because then it kind of
Mm-hmm.
it falls apart and it's a lot less optimal than it could be.
Okay. So kind of just like maintain the burst range,
Yeah,
like maintain like a good burst range with purples, and kind of like
and
maintain your pace.
you can you don't always have to go in every time and throw multiple purples and do all that, but just knowing how you can follow it up, like paying attention to where your Pikmin are when they're getting back in your line, how quickly you can kind of recycle them if they hit shield and things like that. That's going to
Mm-hmm.
help you create these more elaborate strings and pressure him. And sometimes your pressure isn't even necessarily meant to break his shield or hit him in that moment, but it's meant to encourage him to go a certain way. Like maybe you're going to make him, you like purple side B is shield, and then you purple side B is shield again, and then you think he's gonna jump, so you run up there and like you rising fair. But if you up he's at a shield, like you're not there, like you jumped away,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So I
Yeah.
think more elaborate decision making in those instances is gonna help you pressure better with purples.
Mm-hmm.
So you caught there, probably a roll read it looked like. You see what I'm saying? Like he was a bit slow there. Like you are fortunate that he was not fast there, but like so you throw here. Throw, and then you run in, throw, and then it bounces, so you're forward airing with this one.
Yeah.
And then this was not a perfectly spaced forward air, so he might have honestly been able to, let's see. Forward air.
Oh, you mean like to the ground? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was probably still pretty good, but you jump away, and then he tries to side B. Slowly, mind you. Look how slow he's going. Which is part of the Wi-Fi experience. So you get out of there, which is fine. And then you just you're just poking him. And that's the good stuff, right? You're sitting right at, like, you know how uncomfortable that is to deal with? Because there's not a good option. So you were doing that really well there. And that's that. Oh,
I did not think that would hit me.
I didn't think that was going to hit you. But I think you were doing really good there. But going back, like, how do you get down in here? It was super weird. So you get hit here. Then you run off. You do a classic run off dare. Bad dare, mind you. I guess you thought he was just going to keep falling into it.
Yeah.
Did you jump from ledge here? Oh, you dropped down.
Yeah.
That was terrible. You had a red in first of your lineup, I'm pretty sure. So that wasn't even good, right?
Yeah.
And then he's right at the ledge, and this is a character that has stuff. And, what you should have done if you wanted to jump or drop down jump attack was drop down jump nair, drop down jump up air. But, like, red side B, I would say the worst thing you could have done there. And I don't know if maybe you either let's go back and check your lineup. You might have just not caught the angle of your, like, the way your lineup was. You might have thought I have a purple, so that's maybe why you tried it. But
Yeah, I think that's what happened. I thought I had the purple.
Yeah, because it transitioned to the purple in the back when you down aired with it. But, like, even if you had a purple here, I don't know. It just seems a little optimistic to throw a purple right here. His back's to you. He was just in shield. Like, you're not going to get much out of that because he's so close. Like, if he was, like, back here, right, then you could purple into something and try and make that. But I think this is more of a, I'll do a nair, I'll do an up air as I rise because I need to protect myself immediately.
Okay.
And then you drift off. and then you hit with some wild ass fair, literally all the way back there. What the fuck was this?
That's Bowser.
Like what, dude?
That's
That's
Bowser.
Shulk. That's Shulk forward air right there. That's what you got hit by. That's insane. But you know, that's one of those I didn't think it was gonna work, and it did, right? Like you just learn next time. I like the down smash approach. Not terrible. You were a little slow. Down tilt might have also been better there because if you look at where he was recovering from, let's go
Hmm.
back. It was a more uncomfortably diagonal angle. Like down smash is really effective when it's like right here, right? Like you can do these horizontal angles, but it depends on how you space the down smash. But the way he's
Okay.
coming in, not only are you just too slow, but like you see, or you're too slow. But like you see where it's at. Like it probably could hit Bowser, I guess. But I like the
Hmm.
down tilt because it's so all encompassing around here. At that angle, I think it might work better for you, and it's also
Okay.
faster. Like the retreat, kind of just you're sitting right outside his range. That's good. I know in your note you mentioned corner pressure, and you can't always keep someone in the corner as long as you want without
Hmm.
you know. Sometimes you have to give it up if you don't want to get punished, and I think it's fine to do that, like you just did there. Because you have a big lead, so you don't need to force any kind of crazy interactions. Like you throw and then you're just poking him like that. That's what it is. Like, and then now I think now, funny enough, I thought you should have went out there and hit him. Um, like you like look at this. So you knock him away, and then you back air him, and then you could run out. You could like you whistle. All right, I get it. You run out, and then you just forward air him. Like you're
Hmm.
going to intercept where he's probably at, or you're going to make him recover super awkwardly. But you just let him come back. Or
Yeah.
even if you don't want to run out, which I do think would have been the best play, do a runoff dare and just put the yellow dare here. Make him
Hmm.
get around that. But instead, you just let him have the back and you try to do something with the ledge. And it's weird because that's so. Maybe you didn't do it because you died or you got fucked up last time or you messed it up. But like that's the distinction you need to pay attention of. Where's he at?
Hmm.
How much time do I have? If you have the time, why not try and do something like that? You're in a really
Okay.
healthy position. You literally can't die out there. Even if he side Bs you, you can just up me back.
Hmm.
So it's just working on identifying the different reasons you should go in and out. And part of that is like how much time you have, how close you are to them and the ledge and things like that, and what works well. But I mean, I get it. Sometimes you just play it safe, and it's not like bad to do that. But it's one of those things where if you really want to just up your kind of advantage or your pressure, you need to be more on top of that. All right,
Let's go neutral air.
nice simple combo. I don't know if you're a little slow there, or if you actually caught in the timing. Let's count. Oh wait, no, is this? This will be 60. Actually, I think it might. Is it 60 frames? All right, nice. I'm gonna count this shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh, no. I don't know what that is, but I don't want it. 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, I was slightly off on my number. I guess there's not an animation to start. Forward air there.
I
That,
was drifting forward. That was the main issue. I
yeah,
should have drifted
yeah,
back.
that was the issue, not even a numbers issue. Um, not the worst thing, but just be mindful when you're not throwing purples. You don't have actual protection, so they're able to do things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. The dash in and out. That's another like your corner pressure is not like bad per se. Like you're doing a lot of the hallmark shit. You're that awkward movement for them. They don't know what's happening. This is a bait. You run in and you go,
Mhm.
nah, I'm not feeling it. And you F smash them, and it's fine to hit them with those tippers. You don't need to go for anything big. I like that. Making it awkward to punish. You're not going for anything too crazy. All right, he parries. Can't do much about that. Okay. You're getting a little
Yeah,
greedy.
you know what I went for with
You gotta keep in
that.
mind though, your down smash is stale, so it's not gonna break shield.
Okay.
Even that one stale on it, it was really important for that type of stuff. There you go.
And
There's your
I
win.
mean, to kill himself.
There's your win. Yeah, you seemed really strong there. Big things are just off stage or around the ledge. I think you kind of it felt like you were always like off. Like one time you do a down tilt when you needed to do it like a down air, and the other time you do
Hmm.
a down air when you need to do like a down tilt. So just trying to be a little bit more mindful of that. Like pay attention to where your opponent's recovering at. And what you
Hmm.
think the best option is. Down tilt is kind of like the easy option. It lingers for a good few frames. It's really
Yeah.
generous on the hit. It's not going to clank. Down smash is really good at certain angles, but you also have to be careful about how they recover, or
Hmm.
down smashes, and then down airs. That nice kind of you put it out there and it lingers. And then even sometimes when they're out there more horizontally around here, you can run off and try and forward air them and stuff like that, or put out another hitbox. Even maybe make them air dodge. Um, but no, I thought that was a really good game on your part. Yeah.
No, get ready for game 2. That game was bad. I
Okay.
reversed 3-0'd, but by the
Okay.
way, for reference, this is just a Bowser and Ryuga chord that I ended up doing a
Gotcha.
first to 5 with.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you have the
Oh, the second game? Give
Yeah.
me just a second. It should be uploaded by now. Posts. Come on. Just a quick second.
No, you're good.
Link in your tab, copy. All right, so before we continue, I'm just gonna quickly write stuff down, just to
Sure.
because I
Sure.
forgot to.
No, you're good. If you need me to repeat anything, let me know.
So the key idea is like pay attention to their angles when they're
Yeah, yeah.
um
So not you can call it angles. Just the way they're recovering. Like, what are they doing? How are they approaching the ledge? That's really big because they're gonna do different things. Their timings are gonna be different if they're coming at a awkward diagonal angle compared to straight up. That's gonna create
yeah.
really different options that you want to do. So being more
Hmm.
aware of that is important. Yeah.
And also okay, pay attention to how they approach the ledge. Also dare if you know that they're gonna have to go like very low.
Yeah, I think there's a good safe option. Do like the drop down, like the runoff rising dare, so it occupies that
Yeah.
space. And that's super good. And they'll tech it sometimes. They'll get knocked out, and they won't always die. But it's kind of rinse and repeating type of behavior. And sometimes that's what you have to do. If you just go for this super risky play and you miss it, like the dare spike or like some other crazy stuff, and you fuck it up, you offer the chance for a reversal or for you to lose that advantage. So it's something you need to ask yourself in that moment, like, do I want to risk it all right here, or am I confident that I can hit that maybe dare spike? But it's okay to sometimes just play it safe and downer, 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 and just keep sour spotting them until they die or something like that, or until you find a
Hmm.
better options more available.
Yeah. Okay, so dare if they go really low, down tilt if they go at a 45-degree angle.
Hmm.
Down smash if they
Down
also
smash
I don't know when to use down smash.
you can do low if you want to do low, or if they're coming like straight from the side, you can try it that way. I mean, you can do it at the 45. Down tilt is kind of like the down air in that case, where it's a comfort pick. It's easier to hit. It pops them up. It won't
Mhm.
kill them, like straight up. It's not going to kill them on its own, but it provides other
Yeah.
opportunities. So maybe you can bait an air dodge out of them or something like that, right? So like maybe you down
Mhm.
tilt them, and then you jump and he air dodges, and then it's a neutral air dodge, and then you just F smash at the ledge and kills him. Stuff like that. It creates more interactions, whereas the down smash is more of like if I hit you this, my goal is to kill you. So if you're really confident and you think you can hit it at a lot of those different angles, you can try it, but down tilt's kind of a more safe bet at those angles.
Mhm. Okay. So down tilt is like the safer pick, but
Yes.
like if they go at a 45-degree angle, both down tilt and down smash
Yeah.
work.
Just make sure you're using a yellow in most cases with the down smash.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay. Yellow. All right. All right. Game numero dos.
All right, let's get into it.
Here you go. This game I reverse 3-stocked him.
Okay. Okay. Start out with a
And then
running
afterwards.
smash.
Oh, by the way, just to apply to like Link, for example, with this stuff,
Mhm.
What if, like, for example, I remember you said that when they get hit very far off stage, you can maybe go for an edge guard.
Yeah.
But I guess, like, just to apply to Link, what if, like, they go for, like, a bomb recovery?
I know Pikmin can tend to fuck that up, so maybe like just throw a Pikmin onto them and see if that messes up their timing through the hit lag or through the Pikmin ticking. Like if it's a red, it'll blow up the bomb because it's fire damage. That
Mhm.
might be a more safe play there. Alternatively, you could try and get an idea of where they're gonna go with their bomb recovery because I feel like sometimes it is a little bit telegraphed, or the general area, and maybe you can try and intercept with an up air of your own.
Mhm.
But yeah, if they're all the way out there and they go for a bomb recovery, I mean, don't do
And also,
that.
like, Link up B for some reason, I have a lot of trouble two framing it.
Everyone does. It's stupid hard to do. The move is massive. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. One sec. Like, this move is not well designed, so you're just going to get clipped a lot by it.
I just missed the two frame period.
It's, yeah,
That's
he's
the grounded one.
extremely hard. No, that's the
There
aerial
we go.
one.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
and it's just so big. It hits that slight up too. Like, you see how it's like he goes up and then down, so it's
Hmm.
harder to hit him. I find it very hard to do it too. If you really want to try and two frame him, I would just try and do like a dare, like a straight down dare, but even then you run the risk of getting caught sometimes, especially if he does like a turnaround one or something like that.
Yeah.
So you're gonna need to be careful in that regard.
I especially have trouble when he goes at the 45-degree angle. Then I
Yeah,
kind of just respect it at that point. I'm like,
you
okay, you
can
got it.
you can try and run off and do like a over the above him 40 or like a down air like you would maybe against like an Ike, right, where you want to be on top of them. But
Hmm.
it's okay to just stay on stage and then maybe try and play around the ledge, go a little bit like in towards the ledge so you're not right there, in like fair
Yeah.
range or something, and then just try and catch them and then rinse and repeat because like you can't punish every character at the ledge. Some of them have insane recoveries and he just happens to be one of those.
Yeah, Link, I just kind of respect at this point. I'm like, okay, you got it. I'll just try and ledge
And
trap
his
you.
up B's so crazy. Sometimes you'll dive, they be reverse hit at like weird percents. It's just not always worth risking it. If you're outplaying him already, just keep doing that.
Okay. All right. Back to the game then.
Okay. Uh, you. So you probably should have double jumped here to be honest.
Uh,
You go
wait,
for
I
a
don't see
back air.
anything.
Oh,
I
is it
don't see
not showing
anything.
it? One sec.
No, I see link frame data.
Oh, okay, okay. You know what it is? It's the wrong thing. My bad. Let's because I swapped windows. Change windows. There we go. Here, let me go back. Then we'll start.
You're gonna see me do something really stupid in this game.
I'm ready for it. So you get a quick combo. Get a dash attack, nothing too crazy. Go for a dash grab, not the best. Was good to know. But so here you rising fair his shield, right? Which it's whatever.
Mhm.
You should have jumped out of this. You go for a back air. I don't know if you're assuming him to just go this way with that B, but like you get hit for literally no reason at all. You just jump away after that fair because rising fair is already
Mhm.
not safe.
Yeah.
So you get away with that. You should have done it, but I think you just tried to keep up pressure that wasn't really there.
Hmm.
Probably could have shield poked when they're there, but I mean you didn't get punished, so can't complain. You're going for a lot of grabs this game.
Yeah, that was bad.
Who cares? So let's take a second look at this. So you're here. He's holding shield. His shield's getting a little bit lower. You might be able to shield poke that, but you go
That's why I
for
went for the fair.
a
I should have
really
gone for Nair.
bad fair. Yeah. Look. Oh, it's just. Especially if he tries to parry too. Oh, he definitely is getting hit by that Nair. Um. Yeah, that was just terrible. You have to
Yeah.
be careful
Oh no, get ready. I do something even worse.
about who you're drop down fairing.
This.
Okay, yeah, that's just what the hell are you doing? Don't do that. Like, if you really want to F smash, use a red first off. Second, just stop right there, put the purple in front, and throw it over, and then he's hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Just,
that's just
that was just a meme.
that was rough. A little slow there. I think you probably could have got that a little bit more, a little bit earlier startup. I can feel the grab. I could feel that you wanted that grab. That's too telegraphed. You can't be doing
Yeah.
that. Like that's classic. Run back and forth, blue in front of the line at 4%. Hey, I don't know what the hell that was, but like, I guess he got out of there. But like, you got to be more
Yeah.
covert with that, or at least put them in a spot or be very confident they're gonna shield. You know. I guess if it's a read, it's a read. But yeah, I think that's definitely a bit telegraphed.
I'm fishing now, which is bad.
Yeah, that's the one of the greatest faults.
I normally don't fish with blue grab. That's the thing.
I mean, like, yeah, you're doing a lot of the work for him. You're just throwing out grabs willy nilly, and he's just chilling. Oh, that's a good air dodge. Oh, now you don't want to fucking grab. Okay. What?
I thought he jumped
twice. Thought he jumped twice. Take note of that. That wasn't once. You hit that man with a shame on me once, you know, or fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me deal right here. You literally, like, you throw, and then you throw, and then you don't do anything. Like, you have to, you're segmenting the way you're doing these things. You're not allowing them to flow together in a way that's what I would consider cohesive. You're not going, I'm throwing stuff at him, forcing him into shield. You're going, he's going to jump because he's scared, and I think this is a good mix-up. You're just taking a wild guess.
Yeah.
You need to be more confident that you're getting stuff. I mean, you already been throwing out mad grabs. He's holding shield now. You might as well punish him for it.
I thought that what would happen was when I tossed the purple because I had blue next and he would expect me to go for the blue grab, he would jump. Because a lot of people tend to jump when they see that, like, I'm tossing to get the blue in front, so that's why I went for the back air. And plus, he did that constantly.
And that's on you to go, you know, you have to be ready for their mix-up. Sometimes the best thing you can do is, like, hit somebody with something and go, all right, I know they're going to mix it up now, and then you punish them. And that's how I get a lot of reads on people. It's like, I know you're going to do this now, and then I hit them. So you have to be aware of their awareness of your line, if that makes sense. Like, you need to be able to keep up with that, too. But, I mean, you win it, so let's see what happens. Jesus Christ. You deserve to lose this game.
I hella deserve to lose this game.
Oh, man, that was rough. But he's dead, so that's good, I guess. Up smash, okay. Alright, not running into it. Good start. Forward aired. Alright. Yeah, you really like the air dodge down from that. That's interesting. He caught on to it that time, though, compared to the first time. Okay, good. Throwing it out. Alright, I'm surprised I didn't hit, to be honest. Alright, I like the nair there. I don't know if you recognize that you probably weren't gonna get the back air or something, but that nair ended up being really.
I meant to back air.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you get him down here and you grab. Okay, great. You grab. He shields. You grab. Why didn't you pummel? Even. Look,
don't ask.
We're going to ask. We're gonna hit the hard hitting questions. Where is that? Where did I see it? You know, I'll look it up. We're gonna look up.
Where's that big A button press? I didn't do it.
We're gonna look up the Olimar kill percents. I'm gonna pull it up on my end.
I know what Bowser's is. It's 160.
But with rage, you have a little bit of rage, so that might change things. You probably wouldn't kill him. Let's see though. Bowser. So he is on the cusp. You know, you probably wouldn't have killed him, but you could have at least got a few extra percent. I feel like at 140 you can at least get 1 to 2 pummels in. But if you know the percent, which you do, I don't. I'm bad about that. I usually reference it beforehand if I'm playing someone, right? So I have like more generalizations. Back throw. Get the damage. Maybe he'll DI a really bad and die. But you know, you just kind of sold yourself out. You said, I know the percent. This doesn't kill. I didn't even pummel to try and get it to kill. You're just so panicky because you're making a comeback, but you gotta try and fight off those nerves, you know?
Yeah.
You could up smash that. Good down air. Just occupies that space so well. It's just crazy. Jesus Christ. You should not have won this game, dude.
I really should not have. This was a very bad game.
Did the most delayed roll. Oh man, you're so lucky.
I got very panicky,
Yeah,
which is another issue I
understandably
have.
so. Like I get it, it's gonna happen, but just you gotta deep breathing, confidence in yourself, playing. You know the tactics you can employ to be hard to hit, like be more agile or kind of evasive. All right, purple's good. Okay. Oh my God, you're weaving through everything with almost a comical level of luck. Forward throw, nice. Side B, I like it. Okay, I like the dare attempt, not too crazy. All right, see, you're rinsing and repeating. That's good. Retreat, you miss it. All right, good. Playing this wonderfully right now. Okay, that's not what I would have gone for, but you did it all just as well as you needed to. All right, he's back on stage. What are you gonna do? And you up smash. I wasn't ready for that. I was expecting a grab. So it looks like he tried to do something, maybe even not be out of shield. But you played that sequence super well. Obviously, there's little things in there that you didn't always hit, but you can throw Pikmin, even like a purple, and they don't need to hit, right? If you get the hit after, or you do the thing after and you lose a purple, it's like there are resources for that. So if they further your agenda, you could definitely
Mm-hmm.
clean things up and how to get back here. You throw, you down air, and then the throw here, I think you could have probably ran
Oh, the
off.
reason why I did that was because I saw the yellow was next,
Yeah, no,
like
no,
when
no.
I walked, so that's why.
I understand the throw, and I'm not saying you shouldn't have done that. I get that, but I'm saying the way you throw the purple here was terrible. I
That was
think you
bad.
should have
That was really
ran
bad. I agree.
off and matched his spacing and then thrown, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like I said, you hit the yellow dare, so it works. And then you hit that one, and then you're a little slow there, and then he gets back. You F smash, and you're back into this, and then you hit him. So you played it really good, right? Like you were doing your rinse and repeating. You had an idea of what you want to do. That's good. Little adjustments you can make that might help, but you ended up getting the hit. So I don't even want to tell you don't do those things that come naturally to you. Just that's what you wanted. You wanted corner pressure. You wanted to be able to keep someone at that disadvantage. You did that very well there. The first 2.5 stocks of that game were trash. I think you were just playing like an idiot. A lot of cases you were just running into stuff. You definitely had some good in there. You got some really good combos on in the beginning of the game and that second game. But just you have to fight off that panic and like that response. And I know it's hard, so I don't fault you. But just like not if that's on you. You have to harden your resolve to that so that you don't just
Mm-hmm.
cave. Because if you do, a character like Bowser is going to eat you alive and take stocks way earlier than he actually should.
Yeah. Quick question. You mentioned like with the blue graphs. I know mine are telegraph in that specific example, but like, and then you said like, how can you tell when like someone's either gonna jump or roll when you have like a blue?
It's
Because
a read. You
a lot of
don't.
time it just feels like I have to guess,
You do.
which I do.
You can
But
never be 100% accurate. It's kind of that intuition in that regard. But what I like to do is I'll try and recognize all the information the game is giving me. So I'll be like, all right, what is their percent? What's my percent? Stock count? What's the set count? Yada yada. All that stuff. How have I been? What attacks did I just throw at them? And I just try and kind of build an idea of what I think they'll do in my head. And I'm not always right. I'll admit that. Um, but for me, it's like if if they're gonna jump. Well, first off, I should say, if I'm fighting someone and I know they're good at watching my line, then it's a totally different dynamic. If they're good at watching my
mm,
line, then a jump is probably more likely. If they're not good, if they're more unexperienced in the matchup, you can probably exploit that and then grab them. But if you're fighting
mm,
someone who's really good at watching your line, they might jump, and that's when you'd be like, okay, I pressured here with the blue, and then you go for that. Let's say you jump and try to back them, and they don't jump. So then in your mind, you got to go like, okay, they are on. They're more aware of my pressure strings, and when they end, so to speak, because that backer is kind of the end of that string. So now
mm-hmm.
for the next time, you have to be more aware, like, okay, how can I kind of get them off kilter a bit more? Maybe I'll delay my timing a little bit, or maybe I'll throw in
Yeah.
another move or something in there, just some way to kind of keep them guessing. But you'll never know for sure. It's an intuition thing that you try to uh, make your guess a bit more educated based on the factors of the match and how you're pressuring them and what you understand about them as a player from what you've gathered so far.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So like, for example, though, like with the when I toss the purple, it does condition them to shield, which makes sense. But like, I went. The reason why I went for a back here instead of the grab was because I did think they would like jump.
My
Or spot
problem
dodge,
wasn't
something.
that you went for the back air, it's that you went for the back air twice.
I see.
Right? Like you did it once and he just stayed there. And then, mind you, you'd been spamming grab for the last like minute before that, right? Like you were just trying. And now he's
Yeah.
finally giving you the shield. You hit the back air, you throw stuff at him. It doesn't seem like he's moving. Just grab him, you know? Like that's one of those
Mhm.
instances where you'd be like, okay, he's literally just standing there. I mean, I guess
Oh, because like I went for the back air once already.
yeah, and then you threw stuff at him and he's still standing there. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
I could be wrong. Like, don't take that as the most, guaranteed he will not jump because people will hit you with those curveballs. That's the nature of the game. But to me,
Yeah.
that's how I interpret that scenario, right? I did the back air,
Mhm.
I threw the stuff at him. He's sitting in shield. I'm gonna grab him.
Okay.
Like had you not done that first back air, then I would have understood it more because you're like, okay, I'm pressuring him. I think he's gonna jump here. But that type of stuff, you're kind of influencing your own chain of options at that point.
Hmm. Okay.
So we've got about 7-8 minutes left or so. We got through both the VODs. Do you? I mean, I don't know if there's really time to play. If you want, I can host up an arena and get a game or two in, but I'm not sure how much that you'd want that. If not, we can kind of go over the
Sure,
schedule.
why not? Let's
We
do
can
it
do it.
quickly.
Okay, that's fine. All right, let me. Oh, speed up. I'll host up real quick then.
But overall, would you say that there was like improvement since the last time?
Yeah, I think you're doing really good. I know sometimes you can be a little bit hard on yourself with your own performance, especially in tournaments or things like that. And I know it's tough out there, but I think you're doing really good. Yeah. I mean, I've never thought you were just like bad or anything like that. Um, I think you're at a point where you need to do a lot of refinement and understanding of the game. You're kind of at that point where you have to you've got like the basis of Olimar down, and now you have to optimize and
Hmm.
understand why you're optimizing. Because that's such a distinct thing. Like, you can pilot your character, but how do you take it to the next level? That's the hard part.
Yeah.
I posted the room info in Discord for whenever
Yeah,
you
I
want.
saw. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I just have to like also have to not panic.
Yes, it takes a lot of dedicated effort to correct those issues. Like, I mean, I'm not perfect, and I've been trying for fucking years. You see me in my stream. Sometimes I get flustered. Sometimes I do. Shit happens. But I like to think that I'm improving. I felt like, honestly, I've been making great strides, and a lot of it has been that dedicated, like, really just correct these issues.
That was good.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'll just hover there. He'll come with this. Let's go. We're living. Oh, so look at my shot at the proper time, but I guess not.
Mhm. What happened to my purple?
I killed it.
No.
Killed it. So when we're playing these, I mean, do you just how do you feel? Oh, like general thoughts, like when we're playing the Ditto. Do you feel like you have the same issues you do against, not necessarily one for one, but like, do you feel like you still run into certain issues like that crossover with like that Link or the Bowser, or other characters, or do you feel like this Ditto is wholly unique to the problems that it gives you?
For me, I guess like a main issue is I struggle with people who kind of mash,
Are you calling me a
and you
man?
don't mash as hard as that Link, for example.
I feel
Like that Link is always pressing a button.
Yeah, well, he plays a character where he can, so I mean that's why. Like you can't do that as Olimar, and if you're honestly fighting somebody who knows what they're doing. It just keeps
Damn
showing
it.
me over and over again.
Mhm. Oh.
Oh, you just waited.
Damn it.
Waited. Alright, we got time for one more game.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, do you see? So like, let's do that one example where I think it was like up tilt, and then I jump side bead, and then I back aired, made you air dodge, and then I back aired you again, right? Like that
Mhm.
goes into I already have an idea. Like when I up tilted you, I was like, okay, I can't true combo, but I would like to land a back air here, and I think I can land one. So I'm gonna do something that's going to encourage you to do that or get you into a spot I want. Side beat to get my back to you, throw out one back air. If you don't dodge it, you might get hit, and then do another one, and then like catch your landing, right? So like that's the type of stuff I'm talking about, where like I'm using the information that I'm giving you, but also what's present to like encourage you to go where I want. Like I have an idea when I'm starting it, and it's good to have that kind of immediate idea of what you want, so you're not kind of left guessing. So
Oh no, I'm dead.
See, I knew you were gonna air dodge. Like it's not like a 100% no, but I very much was ready for you to air dodge, right? Like that was my intention,
Mhm.
based off my understanding of the scenario and things like that. You're so lucky that Pigment didn't desync Map Smash. I was gonna kill you.
Mhm.
Sorry, off. Good pet. Good jump. You're dead. Oh no!
Am I dead?
Are you dead? I don't know. I thought you were.
Am I dead?
You're not dead yet. Oh.
Am I dead?
My Nair didn't do it. No, you're not dead. You broke the mold. Thank you. You didn't air dodge out of the up tilt. You didn't do what I wanted. Now, that thought process, reverse it, and then you know what people do. There you go. Then you get big boy punishes. But no, that was some good adaptation on your part for that last game, especially on that last stock. Like, you know, second stock, I got you exactly what I wanted. I was messing you up. Next stock, you're like, okay, I'm gonna jump here. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna mix it up, and that, you know, caught me off guard. You didn't fall exactly where I wanted. So no, good stuff. You need to kind of just work on having that in overall increased awareness so that you can piece together scenarios, whether you're an advantage or disadvantage, better. And then that's going to help you figure it out, even with like that link where you feel like you're kind of at the ledge and you don't have a good option. A lot of the times it comes down to just knowing what is all available and just like the little minute changes you can do in like timing and spacing and stuff to mix it up.
Yeah.
But I'll get you this lesson uploaded and I'll send it your way whenever it's uploaded, alright? It's coming in a few days.
Okay. So just to make sure, just to like, that I got it. Like one thing to know is like, make sure to know what my opponent's kind of looking for when I do get the hit, which is something that I am working on.
Yeah, you need to know.
And then from there,
you should look at it where like you hit them, you know where they're gonna go, so you should have an idea of what they want to do. Like people like to air dodge out of combos. Like I up tilted you, and your thought was air dodge the up air. So what do? I charged down smash and you fell right into it.
yeah.
It's kind of that trade-off where you're like, I could try and go for the up air here, yada yada, but it's like, no, I'm confident that you're scared of getting up aired, so I'll just down smash.
Okay. All right, cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. I will see you around.
All right, see ya.